have our guest faculty member with us, Dr. Shashi Bhushan, who is the Associate Professor with the MIT University, Punjab, under the MIT School of Engineering and Technology. I would request Dr. Shashi Bhushan to just start this webinar. Good morning, sir. By end of this session, we will be having a question answers round where the student can write their question in the chat box and we will help them with the same. So we can start the session, sir.
Yes. Thank you. So students, today we are going to discuss about the future career possibilities BTech in computer science and engineering, and you all must aware that how this particular BTech CSE is getting moved, right? So we will be talking about the specialization which we are going to offer. Like you can see here in this presentation, we will be having here these are the specializations which we are going to offer. First, we will be talking about the artificial intelligence and machine learning. Then we will be talking about the cloud computing. These all are the buzzwords. Students, I hope you all are well aware about these words, right? What insights about these words we will be having, right? I will talk about one by one. About the artificial intelligence. Second, we will be talking about the cloud computing. Third, we will be talking about the data science. Fourth, we will be talking about a specialization called as a cybersecurity, IoT, and blockchain. Then fifth, we will be talking about the quantum computing. And then final, we will be talking about the full stack development. So let me start with the artificial intelligence and machine learning. As you are well aware, when we talk about AI/ML, right? So we will be having a combination of algorithms with the artificial intelligence, right? I hope now all students who has joined the session, you must aware a particular technology which are very famous in these days, that is called as a ChatGPT, right? Where you will ask any kind of question and you are going to get a particular answer for the same, right? So it is not happening immediately, or it is not a single thing which is helping you to give the answers. There are n number of algorithms at the background, right? A particular entire system is there which is getting trained. Already we have trained that particular module, we can say, and based on the training you are getting the results, right? So likewise we can say that with this specialization in AI/ML, it is going to combine the principles of computer science with the word like artificial intelligence and machine learning, right? So you have, whenever you are going to opt this particular specialization that is called as AI/ML, right? So you are going to learn the advanced algorithms, you are going to learn the statistical modeling, you are going to learn the neural network, you are going to develop the intelligent system. Intelligent system, if we'll talk about, like, it is nothing but when your systems are getting intelligent. Intelligence in the main, like, you just point out for something and the same thing will be there in front of you, right? That is how we can say that this particular artificial intelligence will help you, right? And it will make the things intelligent so that they can decide their self, or if you can put n number of questions in front of them, right? And based on those queries, you want some kind of answers, that is also possible, right? Just because of the intelligence systems which are here. The students are also going to get hand-on experience in the programming language like Python, and tools we will be also using like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and many more, right? And whenever you are going to graduate it, like after opting the AI/ML, right, we are going through all the specified courses, right? So at the end of that particular course, you are well equipped with all kind of programming language like Python. You can all having experience of like machine learning, deep learning. You will be talking also about, or you will be getting knowledge that how to go for the data analytics, how to perform that. If you want to go for robotics, you can also go for that. Even for the natural language processing, you can opt it, right? So these are all the areas on which you will be getting the hand-on experience in this particular specialization. If we talk about the future, what we can say, career possibilities, so we can define it in these terms. Like first, we will be talking about that what this particular machine learning engineer we will be having. So when we talk about a machine learning engineer, right? So after getting graduated from this particular specialization, right? And you will be able to become a machine learning engineer. So machine learning engineer means that you are also going to work on the designing, developing machine learning models, developing machine learning algorithms, and definitely your focus will be on creating the intelligence system that can learn and improve from the data. The data is very important. right? Data can be in any form. And when you have the data, you can train your own model. You can decide your own kind of era. Through that, you can make your system intelligent, right? So that is the first career possibilities we will be having. Then you can also have a second, as you can see here, data scientist. A student who is having a specialization in AI/ML can become a data scientist, right? Data scientist, again, as I already told you, that data set is very important. When we talk about the AI/ML specialization, everything is all about the data. So when you are going to get this particular opportunity, or any student is going to be got for this data scientist, right, where you are going to analyze this data set. It may be any pattern, it may be any trend, it may be any insight. Let me give you an example for that. Like during the COVID time, right? So if you remember cases in next 7 days, or that kind of thing, right? So that all possibility we will be having because of the data set. And data scientists are actually the one who are going to provide that particular thing, right? So that is how we can go for it. And also with this particular AI/ML specialization, and whenever you're going to become a data scientist, you will also have the skills to build the predictive models. As I told you, you can predict something like weather is going to be predicted. Other things can also be predictive, right? You can perform the data mining. Data mining, you can say, is nothing but whenever the knowledgeable information you will be getting out from the data, right? Meaningful information, whenever you are going to get from a particular data, that actually is called data mining, right? And also you are going to utilize this machine learning techniques so that you can extract the valuable information from that particular data. So that is the second position one student can opt with this specialization, that is called as a data scientist. The third, it is AI research. That definitely, if you want to move ahead in a career new, so definitely you are going to opt a particular researcher field, right? So that is the artificial intelligence researcher, where you can pursue a career as an artificial intelligence researcher. You can also opt to work on the cutting edge projects, so that you can develop the new AI algorithms. You can contribute to the advanced the field of artificial intelligence, and many more kind of things you are able to develop. Like you are well aware, like in this kind of era in which today we are, right? So we will be having the use of this AI in every field. Whether you will talk about a particular military services, you will be talking about what we can say agriculture, you will be talking about machine industry. Everywhere we will be using this artificial intelligence. So that is the third career options you can opt for, that is a AI researcher. Then definitely you can go for a AI product manager, where your role is nothing like you can imagine a particular company who is just running his business to produce something like a company who is producing the chairs, right? They are not using AI previously, but now because they want to compete with the market, they want to introduce this AI into their setup, right? So you are the one, right? And that's why your designation will be AI product manager, right? In this role, you will be helping the organized so that they can optimize their whatever artificial intelligence initiatives they have taken. They can develop. They can life cycle the AI based products. You can also closely work with the cross functional teams, whether you will be including the engineers, you will be including the data scientists, right? So that you can define a particular product requirements, right? So that is how a particular position you can get an offer, that is called as an AI product manager. Even you can also opt a robotics engineer, right? Because when you have the skills of AI/ML, right, you can work in the field of robotics. You can design, you can develop intelligent robotics. You have seen, you must have seen some of the videos which are floating frequently these days. Like this particular organization have developed this particular robot, and it is intelligent, right? So if you are having a keen interest towards that, you can also opt a position that is called as a robotics engineer, where you will design and develop the intelligent robots, and that can perceive the environment. They can make their own decision, and decision based on what? Based on the data what we are having, based on the training which we are providing them, right? And then they will perform the things automatically, right? So this is for the one of the specialization we will be having, that is called as a AI/ML. Then we will be moving towards the next we will be having the cloud computing. So cloud computing is all about students. You have to learn in a very layman definition. If I will give you, like it is all about that how good you are or able to store your data, because you know that memory is very limited, right? So you want to utilize your memory in a better manner and you don't want to lose your data, right? So definitely you have to think something where you can upload your data and whenever you require you can retrieve your data, right? And also you can make the security of your data, right? So this is a particular field that is called as a BTech CSC, specialization with the cloud computing, right? So again, it is going to combine the fundamentals of computer science along with the field of cloud technology. So here in this program, students, you are going to get a deep knowledge and hands-on experience in the designing, in the deployment, and the managing the cloud-based system and application, right? So we will be preparing the students for the career in cloud computing and the related fields. As I already told you, layman definition, that means you are storing your data in a particular place, and whenever you require that, you can just use that data, right? So that is how you can define a particular cloud computing. And here, whatever the curriculum we will be having, we will be focusing on the areas such as the virtualization, the distributed system, the data storage, the retrieval, security, scalability, equipping students with the skills needed to harness the power of cloud computing and also to optimize its potential, right? So how to manage that particular system, whether it is like centralized, it is distributed. When we talk about a cloud computing, we are talking about a distributed system where all the particular possibilities are distributed, right? We are not storing them a particular centralized system. We will be talking about a distributed system. Now, if we talk about that, what are the career possibilities we will be having here in this cloud computing? So the things are in front of you. We will be having the cloud solutions architect. You can opt a particular position of a cloud engineer. You can opt a particular position called as a cloud develop engineer, DevOps engineer. You can have the security specialist. You can have the position of data engineer, cloud data engineer. We will be having the combination of data scientist and cloud together. And then also we will be having the cloud product manager. So these are the career possibilities we will be having. Let me explain you them one by one. So if we talk about a cloud solution architect, what kind of position this is, which you are going to get offered, right, after completing this particular course. This particular position is where you will be designing and implementing the cloud-based solutions for the business. Whatever the business we will be having, you are going to introduce the cloud into them, and then they will be producing the cloud-based solutions. You are also going to work closely with the clients so that they can understand their requirements, they can assess the existing systems, whatever we will be having, and also you are going to develop scalable and efficient cloud architects. So this is the first position you are able to get after completing this course. The second position we will be having as a cloud engineer. In cloud engineer, basically your work will be that you will be overall responsible to build, to deploy, and managing the cloud infrastructure, right? And here you have to also work with the cloud platforms. You might have not heard these words, but we are going to teach you that as well. Some of the cloud platforms which we are having or which we will be using, right, or you are working with them, is the AWS, very popular, that Amazon Web Services. We will be having the Microsoft Azure. We will be having the Google Cloud Platform, and we will be also going to design and implement the cloud-based solutions for that. And also, whenever you are opting this particular position, right, so definitely whatever your customer is, you are going to ensure them the reliability, the security, and the performance of the cloud infrastructure. So that is the second position the student can opt for. The third position we will be having in this particular specialization is cloud DevOps engineer, where the focus will be that how you can integrate the development and operation process together, right? So you are having tools, you are having the technologies where you will be automating this particular software delivery. You can managing this infrastructure, you can ensuring the efficient development and scaling of the applications on the cloud. So that is the third position, and a student can opt, right, while he's opting this particular specialization. The next we will be having, as you can see here, the cloud security specialist. Everyone is wondering about the security of the data these days because your data is too important, right? So here we will be also having the position where you will be having the combination of security as well as cloud. So we will be combining them together, right? The industry people are combining it together, and they have created this particular position that is called as a cloud security specialist, right? So as an organization, if we talk about, they are going to move their data and applications to the cloud. The need for the cloud security specialists grow. You know that every single data of every organization, they are not storing the data in the systems, not the hard drive. They are storing the data where? In the cloud, right? So definitely, if we talk about a particular thing called as a cloud security specialist, that is also one of the buzzword these days, because every single organization, they don't want to lose a particular data. So that's why this particular position is also very good. That is called as a cloud security specialist. Then we will be having the cloud data engineer, the basic working, like you have to manage, you have to analyze the large volume of data in the cloud. That is the overall responsibility of the data engineer, the cloud data engineer we will be having. Why this particular position will be having a cloud data engineer? Because here, a particular two words again having a combination. One is called as a cloud and one is called as a data engineer, right? Because you have to play with the data. They will design the data pipelines. You will implement the data storage solution. You are going to optimize the data processing, and definitely you are going to work on the analytics work, that how the work is going to be flow in a particular organization. That is also going to be decided here, right? So definitely, if we talk about the tools which we are going to learn, right, and which are very important about this particular position, we will be having as a Hadoop, we will be having a Spark. You are going to learn about the cloud-based data warehousing solutions, and you are going to implement the same in the industry, because our curriculum is totally based the outcome which is required by the industry. Next position in this particular specialization is having the cloud product manager, right, where you will oversee the development and managing the cloud-based product and services. That is the overall responsibilities this particular position people are having. So they are required to collaborate with the cross-functional teams, whatever they are having, to gather the customer feedback after deploying their particular data into the cloud, to define the product roadmaps, and also to ensure the successful product launching in the cloud market. That is also one of the what we can say position that is going to be offered after this particular specialization. Another career possibilities in this specialization, we will be having the cloud sales and the business development. As you are well aware that whenever any technology is going to be launched, right? So we have to focus on the sales. We have to think about that, how the business can be grew. So that is also one of the another position we will be having when we are talking about this particular specialization. The third, we are having the data science, which is again a very buzzword these days, right? So this is nothing but when this particular specialization students you are going to opt, right? So it is having the combination of computer science, the basic fundamental of the computer science, and also we are adding some of the advanced techniques so that you can analyze, you can interpret the large data set. If I will give you the, again, I will use the, what we can say, example of the COVID to explain you the same. The large data set means what? If you have heard the word that UN is collecting the data of COVID at that particular time in the 2022, right? From all of the states, all of the UTs, all of the countries, what we can say, right? So what they are doing with the data, they are analyzing that data, and based on that, they are giving you the information. That means a huge data sets they will be having. You can imagine that the lakhs and lakhs of what we can say rows and columns data they will be having. So they cannot do it manually. How they can do it? They can do it with the help of data science, right? They will having the algorithms. You will apply those algorithms from the data set, and you will get some kind of result out of that. And based on that, they are announcing that this might be the next country where this particular COVID is going to be hit, right? So these kind of statements, they are not giving by assuming something. They are having the data with them, and with the data, they are giving this information, right? So that is also one of the key aspect of the data science we will be having. So the students who are opting this particular course, definitely you are going to what we can say equipped with the skills, like you can extract the valuable insight from the data. You can make the decisions based on that particular result which is coming out of the data. And this particular specialization is also going to open a wide range of career opportunities in industry, which I'm going to tell you about in the next slide. The industries the technology, the finance, the healthcare, and even I will say the banking system, right? So everywhere people are talking about this data science. So these are some of the career possibilities you will be having. You can have the position after this completion of this course as a data scientist, as a data analyst, as a big data engineer, as a data architect, as a business intelligence analyst, and also as a data engineer. So let's talk about them one by one. So if we talk about the first one, that is called as a data scientist, which is very popular these days. So what they are actually doing, they are having a data set, right? You will be, that means you can say that if you are a data scientist, you would be responsible to collect, to analyze, and also to interpret the large database, right? And even I will say that if that particular data set is need to be changes, the form has to be changes. That is also the work of the data science, right? And why they are doing it? They are doing it so that they can identify the patterns. They want to deep dive into that particular data, and they want to bring out some kind of knowledgeable information of that. And that is what that position is, right? This is very popular these days about this particular specialization that is called as a data scientist. So you would use the statistical techniques, you will use the machine learning algorithms. Students are going to use the programming skills, which we are going to teach definitely, and you are going to implement the same in the industry also. Programming and skills to develop the predictive models, as I gave you the example, even the data driven solutions for the business, right? Because every single business, whatever is running, whether it is related to electrical, it is related to mechanical, right? They want to gain profit. They want to increase their profit. And this particular specialization is helping them out because they are of like last 50 years, they are running this business. So they are having data with them, but they don't know how to utilize that data. That is the particular, what we can say, a person who is called data scientist. He will use that data to give them something productive so that they can increase their sales, they can increase their benefit, they can increase their profit, right? So that is actually the role of data scientist. Second position after this specialization, the student can opt as data analyst. Data analyst is definitely it is going to play a very crucial role in examining the data, to identifying the trends, to provide the valuable insights, to guide the business decisions, right? So all the different departments of a particular organization, they are closely work with this particular person or this particular position that is called as a data analyst. If you are a data analyst, you are going to work closely with the stakeholders so that you can understand their requirements. You can also going to work closely with the design data collection process to create visualizations, because you know that whatever the management we are dealing with, whatever the customer we are dealing with, they all doesn't know so much thing about the technology. What they need the visuals so that they can see and understand. So this particular position of the data analyst, what they are doing, they will working on the data, they will create the visualizations or reports, right? So that they can communicate the findings effectively. That is the second position. The third position after this specialization, we will be having the big data engineer. Big data engineer is nothing but who is handling that lot of data. Like suppose I give you the example that a company is running from last 50 years. So we are having a huge data of 50 years, right? That may be related to the vendors data, that may be related to the production, that may be related to the sales, that may be related to the growth of the company, right? So a number of different data you will be having. So how to manage them? To manage them, this is a particular position we will be having that is called as a big data engineers. They are responsible to design, they are responsible to develop and maintaining the large scale data processing systems, right? The next position in this particular specialization, we will be having a data architect, which will design, which will create the overall structure and framework for an organization data system, that how the flow of the data will be, how the data is going to be stored, how the data is going to be retrieved. If they require to develop data models, they are able to develop even the data models. They will also there to define the data integration process, right? Where all this particular data integrity and security are going to be ensured, right? So that is a particular, what we can say, area we will be having of this particular position that is called as a data architect. Next, we will be having the business intelligence analyst. I told you in the beginning also Business intelligence is nothing. When you have the data, right? You want some kind of you want to extract some kind of what we can say meaningful business thought or decision from that particular data, which will help your business to grow, right? So that actually business intelligence analyst will be having, where you would focus on the extracting the insights from the data so that you can support the business decision making. You will also create reports, you will also create the dashboard and visualization that present the data in a very meaningful way to facilitate strategic planning and the performance evaluations. If we talk about a dashboard, right? So you are aware that during the COVID, the government have launched an app that is called as a CoWIN, right? So that is nothing, that is a dashboard, right? So this is a particular what we can say position of that is called as a business intelligence analyst, who is going to create the dashboard based on the data what they are having. Next, the data engineer. We have talked already about it. The data engineer is there to develop, to construct, to test and maintain the data architectures, even the system which are required for data processing and analysis. So that is the work of the data engineer. The next position, and this position is for all the kind of specialization we will be having, the researcher. If you want to develop something new, you are having that particular eager to develop something new, definitely you are going to opt this researcher field, right? So that is always and everywhere in every specialization you will get that. Next specialization, we will be talking about cybersecurity, IoT, and blockchain. So if you talk about the cybersecurity, you are well aware the viruses we people are going to face, right? You have heard that previously there are a number of different viruses schemes, right? Threat schemes where they have hijacked the system of the entire organization, and to cope up with that, they are asking for money, right? So that's why the cybersecurity is very important, right? So that is again a particular specialization we will be having, combining three things here. The first is cybersecurity, as I told you. Next is the Internet of Things. Internet of Things are nothing. Like you can say that things are getting smart, like smart parking. Like you can say the smart garage. Smart garage is what? As soon as your car or any kind of bike is there at the door of the garage, the door automatically get open. So that is happening with the help of what? IoT. Like I will give you the another example. Like you are having a what we can say IoT enabled fridge, the refrigerator, and suppose in the tray of your butter tray, the butter is getting low. Immediately you will get a notification of that in your mobile that it is going. It is required to refill it, right? So that is how the IoT will be. And blockchain definitely is a security. Wherever you want to secure each and every transaction, that times we will be talking about a blockchain. That is about the introduction. If we talk about the career possibilities, so these are some of the career possibilities we will be having. One can go for the cybersecurity analyst. Next, we will be having the network security engineer, the blockchain developer, the IoT security specialist, penetration tester, cryptographer, researcher. As I told you, researchers is common for all this stream. If we talk about the first one, if we talk about that, what this particular cybersecurity analyst is doing. So here, the work is nothing just to secure the organization's data, right? Like with the increasing, I already quoted it, that nowadays, so frequently, we will be getting the cyber threats, right? So that's why the cybersecurity analysts are in high demand. And what is your work? You could work with the organization. When you have this particular position, you are working with the organization to protect their system, to protect their network, to protect their data from the cyber attacks. That is the core functionality of this particular position we will be having. Next position we will be having of the network security engineer. So network security engineer, you would be responsible to design, to implement, and maintain to secure the network architecture of an organization, right? Like I will give you some examples. Like you will be working to the deployment of the firewalls, intrusion detection. That means some fault or some kind of threat is there. How is going to be detect that? That is also one of the key area for the people who are working for the network security engineer. Third, we will be having the blockchain developer. As I told you that every single transaction are going to be secured. So definitely the people are moving towards this particular position that is called as a blockchain developer, where this technology is going to be being opted in various industries. And these industries can be any. This can be the mechanical, this can be based on the electrical, this can be based on the computer science, this can be based on the finance. You might have heard that these days, what we can say, the banking systems are also looking to opt this blockchain, right? So that is how this particular position will work, where you can design the smart contracts, you can secure the blockchain protocols you are going to develop. And industry is very vast. It is going to be used in finance, it is going to be used in supply chain management. If you talk healthcare, definitely it is also going to be used in the healthcare as well. Next position, which a student might get, that is called as IoT security specialist. You have heard about a Tesla, right? Tesla has already launched a particular, what we can say, smart car where driver is not needed, but security issues are there. So that's why these security challenges are going to be handled by this particular position, that is called as IoT security specialist. Then we have the next position, maybe the penetration tester. That is also very popular position, where you have to deal, or you have to what we can say in layman definition, we can say you can fight with the ethical hackers, right? You have to simulate the cyber attacks so that you can identify the problems in the system and the networks, right? So that is also one of the position which a student can get after this session. Next, we will be having a cryptographer. Cryptographer, you are well aware, like 9/11, right? Where the message has been passed through a particular image. The message is hidden in a particular image, right? So that particular thing is called as a cryptographer. So that is also one of the position we will be having. And definitely at last, the researcher one, right? So you are well aware that this position is also available for all the specialization which we are offering. A person who is having a keen interest to develop new thing, so you can go for that particular aspects also. Next, we will be having the quantum computing, right? So where you will have the quantum mechanism, you can have its application in the computer science, right? So whenever a student is going to be opt this particular specialization, right, where you will be having this strong foundation in computer science fundamentals, and also you are going to deal with the principles of like quantum theory, quantum algorithms, quantum information processing, right? In a layman definition, you can say that you want to develop fast systems, right? And what are the expertise the students are going to be get if you are going to opt this quantum computing? You will be having expertise in quantum cryptography. You will be having the expertise in quantum machine learning, quantum simulation, right? And definitely research is having no bar, we can say, right? So if you are, we will be also going to give them demonstration and hand-on experience on different tools which we will be using to develop the new things, right? So then that is also one of the extra things we are going to provide. Now, what are the career possibilities in this stream we will be having, or in this specialization we will be having? The quantum computing researcher, as I already told you, this is fixed for all. Quantum software developer, quantum algorithm engineer, quantum system engineer, quantum security specialist. If we talk about a quantum software developer, that means a software developer is there, but now he is using the what we can say functionalities of the quantum. That is how we can define it. Or if we talk about detail about this particular quantum computing or quantum software developer, where this specialization we talk about, right? So quantum computers requires to specialize the software to leverage their unique computational capabilities. As we can say that if we talk about a quantum software developer, right? So you are going to design and implement algorithms, to design the software frameworks, to design the tools for what? For quantum computers. So that the things will, whatever the work we are doing in hours and hours these days, right? You want to do that particular work in seconds. So that's why this particular quantum thing is required. So if we are using them in software development, that is called as a quantum software engineer. The same thing if we are using for the algorithm related to the algorithm engineer, that is called as a quantum algorithm engineer. If the same expertise we will be using, the system engineer expertise we will be using with the quantum, that is called as a quantum system engineer. where quantum computers, they are going to rely on the complex hardware systems that will require the expertise in the area of definitely the quantum circuits, the qubit control, error correction, and man, right? So that is one of the other area we will be having. Then next area we will be having the quantum security specialist. Definitely, as I already told you, that if we have something stored in our system, right? So definitely the security analyst is required or specialist is required to handle the security of your system. So if we will be talking about a quantum computing, here also we require the security specialist, and that specialist we will be having this position that is called as a quantum security specialist. Then the next one is full stack developer. You are well aware the websites you are using, the mobile application you are using, right? These all are from this particular specialization, right? So this specialization also we are offering where every single student are going to equip with the knowledge of front end. Front end means the things which are visible on your screen, like you are using a particular website, the things which are looking to you, that maybe the login page, if you are looking for a username and a password, that is called as a back. If about the front end. And if you talk about a backend, backend means to run that particular thing smoothly, where your user name is going to be matched with the password, and that is how it is going to be moved forward. That is called as a backend, where the data can be stored and so many things, right? So a student who is opting this particular specialization is overall getting the entire knowledge about the front end and the back end development technologies. Definitely, you are going to be expert in programming language, expert in frameworks, the databases, and also you are able to get, or you are able to design and deploy the fully functional web application. That is what a particular student will able to do if he is going to opt this particular specialization. So these are some of the career possibilities, that if a student will opt this particular specialization, the positions which he will get or the companies might offer to him is full stack developer. The full stack developer, if we talk about what is this full stack developer, where we can say that this particular position is where the entire web development kind of thing is going on, right? As a full stack developer, you will be responsible for developing both the client side means the front end, which I have explained you, and the server side, that is the back end of the web application. That is the overall responsibility is yours. The second position, a student can have the web developer with expertise in full stack development, or with this specialization, you can work as a web developer. You will also be responsible to design and building websites, to create the web applications, to implement the user interface, and many more which are related with the web. Then the third, we are having the software engineer. As a full stack developer, you can also pursue a career as a software engineer. So if you talk about that, what you have to do in this rail, in this particular position, you will be involving in the designing, you will be involving in the coding, the testing of the software application. That's why this position is called as a software engineer. And as I told you, you are also having this position called as a mobile application developer if you are going to opt this specialization. Apart from that, the last position the companies are offering is UX and UI developer. That is based on the user experience and the user interface, which are very crucial aspects of the application development. So with this specialization, you can focus on the creating intuitive and the visually appealing user interfaces. Why this particular UX and UI is important, students? You might aware that for a single thing, right? Single thing, let's talk about a online shopping portal. We are having n number of options. We can go for the Amazon, we can go for the Myntra, Flipkart, and many more. Every single or third organization is launching their online shopping kind of thing, right? But we are going to choose which is easy for us, right? So to bring that easiness means that how good you are able to develop the front end, we can say, right? How good, how your focus is to create something which is having good interface, so that the customers can interact towards them, right? So that is also the responsibility of the full stack developers, which is the last specialization which we will offer. And thank you with this. If you are having any queries, you can ask. Any query to any students?
Thank you for this informative session, sir. And I would request as the students, if you have any query, you can write it down in the chat box. Sir, if you can just guide regarding some placement companies that comes for this recruitment process.
Yes, yes. Actually, the more insights will be given by the placement department. But as my concern as a faculty, we are having n number of pool companies, students. If you are opting any special, definitely we will give you the at least 10 to 15 core companies. I'm talking about a core companies. I'm not talking about any company which is not a core. Like suppose if we talk about that, we are not offering you the, let's say, something in the bank, something we are calling as a call center. We are not offering you this position. If you are really going with this specialization, definitely we will give you the chance to at least go for 5 to 10 core companies, which is having the highest high packages, like Google, like Microsoft we will be having, Amazon we will be having, and many more.
And what is the average salary package, sir, that they get in BTech's computer science engineering?
If we talk about with the initial package, we talk about, like say, around 3.5, I will say, is the initial package the students are able to get. Rest is depend upon their capabilities. Rest in depend that how good they are going to learn in the classes and implementing the same in the project.
Right,
and
sir. And
there is no bar in computer science industry, students.
Yes.
You might have heard that nowadays 70-80 lakh package are like we can say usual things. Every third student is getting, right? Even in our organization also, students are getting that. So that is not a problem, students. You have to just choose the right direction. I have already talked about the specialization which we are going to offer and the positions you are able to get after completing it. So choose wisely. Definitely you are going to get a good package. Our career team definitely will take care of that.
Exactly.
So don't worry about it.
And sir, if you can just give some information about the faculty members that we have in computer science engineering department.
Students, what we can say that we are having the best faculty. Don't think that every single university is quoted that, but we are having examples. We are having the top 2% researchers. Mostly faculties, we are having at least one in a department is in top 2%. 2% researcher, if we talk about, that has been released by the Stanford University. So that is the ground of our faculty we will be having. So don't worry about the faculty at all. Whenever you are having any kind of doubt, even like any student, like suppose if even you are absent in some of the classes, our faculty is most welcoming you in their free time. They will definitely give you the slots where students can come and they can discuss their problems. So faculty is not a problem. Students' career is not a problem. What you have to do, you have to just think about the specialization which you are going to opt. That would be according to your choice. Because when it is about your choice, definitely you are going to learn them with heart, and you can have a good kind of project in that particular specialization, which will definitely help you in your placements.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time. I'm sure students will get a lot of information from this session, and many of their doubts will be clear. And if you have any further queries or questions, you can always get back to us and we will be happy to help you. Thank you, Dr. Shashi Bhushan, for your valuable time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a nice day, students. Thank you.